It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show as we enter the final frontier. Now, on Tuesday, we looked at the successful test launch of a new Shepard 2.0, which is a rocket built by tech company Blue Origin. Now, their ultimate goal is to send tourists into space, and they hope to take their first customers up before the end of this year. So this got us thinking. I mean, NASA astronauts trained for years to be able to endure the conditions in space. So what does it take to be a space tourist? And hopefully, outreach astronomer Dr. Daniel Cunnama can clue us in. This is very, very exciting stuff.
Very cool.
Just even looking at those images and imagining that you could be a person in that rocket flying up. But so where did Blue Origin, or what are the plans with their space tourism mission?
Yeah, so we've spoken a lot about SpaceX, and their sort of plans are they're doing resupply missions to the space station, they're launching satellites into space, they're making a commercial operation of these launches. Blue Origins is really targeting the space tourism market. So that new Shepard that you saw, I mean, it's an 11-minute flight. So up to about 100 kilometers, this one went to 107 kilometers. 100 kilometers is the official boundary of space.
Yeah.
So they just get into space and then they come back down. It's about 11 minutes in total. You have about 3 or 4 minutes of zero gravity.
I mean, you talk about it's an 11-minute journey, but if I remember correctly, Mark Shuttleworth went to Russia and spent nearly a year in space camp training to physically be in the right kind of condition to handle what happens in space. So what kind of preparation would you need, especially handling things like G-force impact and...
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Mark Shuttleworth spent, I think, a year training and 8 months in Russia at the Star City training in these centrifuges. So,
Yes.
so one of the things which you have to be ready to handle is high G-forces. So a rocket launch is a very violent thing,
Yes.
and you're going to get pushed into your seat pretty hard. And if you're not fit, or if you don't have the appropriate training, you're probably going to pass out.
Yeah, yeah. And then you miss the entire trip.
Yeah, if you're asleep for the 11-minute flight. Then
That's it. Sorry, you paid for it.
So this is a centrifuge here, and it
Yes.
spins very rapidly. So you'll sit in there, and they'll sort of like spin it very rapidly.
So you will certainly need a little bit of physical preparation, and I'm sure they'll make these facilities available. Hopefully, it's part of the package, right?
For a space tourism thing, I guess they need to make it a little bit more accessible.
Yes.
So you're not going to need to train for a year, but you'll have to be physically fit firstly.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got no heart ailments or anything sort of physically wrong with you, and then be physically fit enough to actually withstand the forces.
And also be mentally prepared, because there are a few things that could happen that could, get people into a moment of panic. So you've got to be mentally prepared too.
Yes, I mean, so again, I imagine, and they haven't made all of this clear, but I imagine there'll be a pilot with you or somebody there to deal with any emergencies. But I would imagine that in the same way as you get on an airplane, they teach you how to put a mask on. It's going to be a little bit more intense than that. You're gonna need to know what to do in an emergency and make sure you can get safely back to Earth.
Can you imagine the air hostess if you were saying,
You're not gonna go in a car.
please put your seat back upright, sir. We're about to re-enter the Earth.
Yeah,
It's a different playing field.
it's going to be very
Do you
exciting.
think, will you go?
If I could afford it, I would absolutely.
Yeah, let's hope it's affordable as well, hey.
Well, maybe Expresso can sponsor it.
Dan, just pitching to the producers already. There's your next segment. Thanks so much, man. Much
Great,
appreciated. Well, let us know which news from outer space has caught your attention. Share your thoughts with us on our social media platforms using #ExpressoShow.